1. Coming off a series victory over Lincoln Memorial, joining us the head coach of the Cavalier baseball team, Brandon Costa. Coach, we'll start there. It had to feel good to come home. You come home, you lose the opener, and then I think your team showed a lot of resiliency coming back and winning those last 2 games and getting a big SAC series win.
Yeah, the guys did show, a lot of grit, a lot of competitiveness, and some resilience there. It was good to see us play a clean brand of baseball, especially in game 1 on Saturday, and then game 2 was kind of more of a complete team win with some defensive mistakes, some walks, more than game 1 there, and then the offense coming alive a little bit at times there in the second game. But yeah, after you wear a loss like that at Friday at your home park, home opener, all that stuff like that, and you get beat that bad, there better be a response the next day. And I was proud of the guys that and how they responded. Clean baseball. We just competed more, and that's the thing that I think the team is noticing. The more we play, when we compete and we go out there and we do our jobs and we play a clean brand of baseball, we give ourselves really, really good chance to win ball games. And LMU is a very good team. They're a very young, talented team with some good pitching, and they had guys in the order that could swing it. And our pitching did a great job of kind of neutralizing their offense. And then, offensively, we were able that second day to put a little bit of pressure on them and get our pitch to hit early in counts and, do enough to win offensively. But it goes back to competing it goes, we are young, yada, 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 all that stuff like that. But when we compete, doesn't matter if you're 18 years old or 22 years old, when you compete, you're going to give yourself a chance to win. I think the team's noticing that. And that's what I like to see as a head coach is our guys just go out there and do whatever it takes to win. And that's what they did on Saturday.
We all know it starts with 60 feet, 6 inches. And you talk about some of your youthful pitchers really there on Saturday. Freshman and sophomore pitchers lead the charge there in that doubleheader sweep.
Yeah, Brock Duff did a great job in game 1 on Saturday. One thing that Coach Chalupa has been working on him with is kind of his presence and his demeanor on the mound, and working a little bit more efficiently. And if you notice that game, he did work quicker. He wasn't doing the old high school, go down to the grass, catch the baseball, walk around the mound, take 20 seconds in between pitches and lull everybody to sleep. He stayed on the slope, got the baseball, got back on the rubber, got his sign, and went to work. And, as a hitter, for good hitters, it doesn't mess with them. But, it does. It will mess with you a little bit as a hitter. It shouldn't, but it can. And but the biggest thing I think it helped him do was stay in the zone and throw more competitive strikes. He wasn't thinking as much walking around the mound. He wasn't wasting as much energy walking around the mound. And when you're a starting pitcher and you're throwing 60, 70, 80 pitches to start, those are high stress pitches. So why are you going to waste energy walking around the mound? So it finally clicked for him and it finally worked. And that was one thing that I know Coach Chalupa was working hard with him, the past couple of weeks to get him to really buy into that. And he did. And Brock did a heck of a job as a freshman. Great outing, against a really good offense. So very good job for him. It was great to see him put that all together. And then you had Justin Snyder, game 2 on Saturday. He comes out and gets his first collegiate start, and we made that move, and he didn't let us down. He went out there and competed. Maybe didn't have his best stuff, but as a starter, you're not always going to have your best stuff, and you got to find ways to help your team win games. And Justin did that. He's a competitor, and I was really happy for him to get his first college start and get a win there. And then, our bullpen did a great job. You had Anderson come in game 1 and shut the door, and he's just a straight up competitor with some good stuff. So it's fun to watch him pitch because he just goes after guys. And then you had Whitson come in and do his job in game 2 there, gave us 2 strong. And then we passed it off to DK. And that was one thing we were wanting to see from David is in those high pressure innings, those high pressure spots, close score, how is he going to perform? And he showed us this weekend that, he can step up to the challenge in those spots, and he did a great job. So all around, on the pitching staff side, starting pitching on Saturday, and the bullpen did a really good job, and they did what they're supposed to do, and that's go out there and compete, throw competitive strikes, and, get weak contact. So very proud of our pitching staff on Saturday. They did a great job.
Two guys offensively I want to talk about, I think really helped spark things. Brett Roberts at the top of the order all weekend, and then DJ Dixon gets back-to-back starts, gets 3 hits there in the doubleheader.
Yeah, Brett, that was one thing. He's older player. He did a really good job being a leadoff hitter for us this weekend. If you look at his at-bats, the hits are great, getting on base and everything. But if you look at his at-bats with 2 strikes, he did a very good job for the most part of getting counts pretty deep and fouling some pitches off and, maybe seeing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pitches. And as a leadoff guy, that's what you're supposed to do. And he really did that. And fouling those pitches off, taking balls with 2 strikes, it allowed him to get a pitch to hit with 2 strikes. And he hit the ball well this weekend. He hit the ball hard on the line to the big part of the field. And that's what we've been working on. He's a veteran guy, and that's kind of what we expect out of him. But he really did a good job of leading by example this week, not only at the plate, but on the base paths as well. So Brett had a great weekend. And then DJ, just going in there and taking the most of his opportunity. And that's what we talk about when guys get in game. Outfield's been a little bit of a carousel out there, a little bit of a revolving door. And, next guy up, there's still spots to be won out there. And we gave DJ the start on Saturday, and he did not disappoint. So very proud of him. And he's a guy who's been working hard during practice, and he's come a long way since the fall, really developed on the defensive side. On the offensive side, he's had, he's got some bat speed, he's got some strength, he's got, a little bit of pop. And it was just a matter of him putting it kind of all together during practice. And, like I said, it's been a revolving door out there in the outfield. So, wanted to give him a start and see what he can do. And he made the most of it. And he's a kid who has some intensity and likes to go out there and compete. So, and he's a Pennsylvania boy. So I know kind of what they're made of up there a little bit. And, he took the most of his opportunity. I'm very proud of him for stepping in there and getting the job done.
All right, this week you got 6 non-conference games scheduled, a little bit different than what you've been dealing with here weekly with conference games. How does that change kind of the mindset, I guess, specifically on the mound, maybe get some other guys some ups? Just how do you approach that as compared to a normal week where you have a week set?
So your midweeks, typically the way it works on the pitching side, your midweek games, you try to get your guys, your pitchers, their work in. So it's essentially their bullpen day. Some guys will get a little bit more extended just so we can see a little bit more out of them. Nobody's going to be getting into the 60, 70, 80, even 50 pitch count range. So it's guys, it's an opportunity for guys to get their work in. It's an opportunity for pitchers to show what they have and try to win a spot on the weekend. So that's how we handle it on the pitching side. And then, the way I like to think about it, and the way that we kind of communicate with our team is there might be a couple different lineups out there, but I want to win. We want to win. So it's not going to be anything crazy in terms of, just getting guys in there to get them in there. I'm putting guys in the lineup that I think are going to help us win ball games. And that's point blank. That's how it is every day. Even during your non-conference or whatever, we are trying to create winning behaviors in this program. And it starts with putting guys in the lineup that I think are going to help us win. Now, will some guys be moved around a little bit? Yeah, because I want to see some different things. And, the coaching staff wants to see some different things. But our number one goal, our number one job is to try to win ball games. And that's what we're going to try to do tomorrow against Concord and then this weekend against Salem. Both very good teams. Concord's coming off a great weekend in conference, going 3-1 on the road. And then Salem's been beating some pretty good teams throughout the year. So, people talk about non-conference. There's no difference between conference and non-conference, in my opinion. Our goal is to win, and that's what we're going to try to do.
All right, Coach, you're about halfway point of the season here. You've already surpassed last season's win total. Obviously, you're always looking for more wins. Assess your club here around the halfway point, things you've liked, maybe some things you still think your club needs to improve on here down the back end.
Yeah, I think we need to continue to improve on consistently playing clean baseball. Okay. I think we did a great job not walking guys on Saturday. Friday was bad with the walks. It was really bad. The errors were really bad. It was all around sloppy baseball on Friday. But lessening the free bases. We did a great job Saturday. I want that to be consistent. We've shown that we can do it here and there, but it's a matter of consistency with our team and our program. So play cleaner baseball consistently, and then offensively, continue to try to lessen the strikeouts, continue to try to be aggressive on our pitch early in the count, be more productive offensively, and find more barrels at the plate. Those are a couple of things that we can work on right away. I mean, those are things that we talk about consistently during practice, during the week, is playing a clean brand of baseball on the mound, on defense, and then competing at the plate, getting our pitch early in our counts and in our zones. And then, if we do get to 2 strikes, you compete, you're competing for the team. It's not your at bat anymore. It's the team's at bat. You're trying to do whatever you can to get on base or see 5 more pitches, 4 more pitches, whatever it is. So those are the 2 things that I want to see get better. But one thing I have noticed with the team is after every weekend or every game, they are learning. So from weekend to weekend, I'm noticing improvement in certain areas of our play. And a lot of it is in the finer things of the game, the little things, the IQ side of the game. And I have noticed in the dugout, which I'm very happy about, the talk in the dugout is getting much better. They're talking more about situational baseball. Hey, how was my read on this play if I was base running? Or hey, on a cut play, I need you more over. Just communicating more baseball-like things in the dugout and talking about certain plays is something I've noticed that has gotten better. And also they look more comfortable when we're playing. They look a little bit more relaxed, look a little bit more, sure of themselves. Obviously, the more you play this game, the more comfortable you're going to get. You're more comfortable you're going to get in certain situations. So those are the things that I've noticed. The more we play, I don't want to say the more polished we get, because we're not polished yet, but we are kind of smoothing out some things. The more we play and the more we practice, and guys are building a little bit of that confidence, which is great to see, because when we play with confidence and we play with that competitive bite, it's a pretty good team to watch. It's a pretty good team that we have. It's just a matter of, a younger team remembering that, feeling that, experiencing that, and that light bulb clicking and saying, okay, when we go out there and we just flat out compete, we are giving ourselves a really good chance to win a ball game. And the toughest part in this game is keeping that consistent. So that's the biggest thing, is really just consistency moving forward with these guys.
That's head coach Brandon Costa. UVA is in the midst of a long homestand. 6 games at home scheduled this week. It begins Wednesday against Concord, a doubleheader. First pitch from Stallard Field, 1 p.m. Coach, thank you for your time and good luck this week.
Daryl, thank you.